joined now by Israeli government spokesman Avi Hyman. Avi, first, can you just update us on the status of today's hostage transfer? We understand from a diplomatic source that this should be completed here within the hour.
Hi, Brianna. Thank you very much for having me on. Firstly, I'll tell you that this is an unfolding story. What we've learned in recent days is that it's not over until it's over. So from an Israeli perspective, we're going to wait until we see those hostages, Israeli hostages, on Israeli soil before we comment. You know, sadly, we know exactly who we're up against. We're up against Hamas, a brutal terror organization that on October 7th came over our borders and killed children in front of their parents, parents in front of their children, beheaded babies, burnt whole families alive. So we know exactly who we're dealing with, and we're going to wait until we have our people on Israeli ground before we comment further on that.
Do you know if any Americans will be part of this group?
I can't speak to the list until we have got our people back and we've confirmed that list. What I'll tell you is what you just reported is that the ball is firmly in Hamas's court. It has been from the beginning of this agreement, which wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for President Biden, and we really appreciate that support and the support of the American people. But we know that if Hamas wants to continue, then we'll get those hostages back tonight, and then every day going forward, if they provide 10 hostages, they get an extra day. And we know what's got us here. We've got to the point where we're at because Hamas is feeling the pain, because we put up the pressure on Hamas both militarily and diplomatically. They needed a break. They were begging for a break, and we desperately want our hostages back. And so we will do this humanitarian pause and then continue forward with our twofold mission, which is still to destroy Hamas and to bring home all 240 hostages from Gaza.
With this agreement for 2 more days of obviously a cease in the fighting and hostage releases, will we perhaps see more pauses after that? And for how long could that go on?
Well, it's really up to Hamas. If they're going to release 10 a day, then they get an extra day. But this is Hamas, an organization that, as your reporter just said, took a 9-month-old baby into custody as a hostage, masked monsters with machine guns holding a 9-month-old baby. He's now 10 months because he's been there for a month, with guns pointed at him. He can't walk, he can't talk, but they seem to think that he's a justified hostage. This is who we're up against. So we'll take it day by day, and we hope, we hope to get out as many hostages as we can. And if not, we will go back to the plan, which is to destroy Hamas and to bring back all the hostages. We don't want to leave one behind.
Avi, to the families of hostages that are not being held by Hamas, they may be held by Islamic Jihad or perhaps even other groups. What do you say to them about the prospects for getting their loved ones out?
Well, firstly, to all the families, we are one. We are one nation. We have never been more united than we are now. And part of the mission in this war from day one is to free every single one of those 240 hostages. As far as what we say to Hamas, Hamas is in control of Gaza. Sadly, it's still in control
Avi,
of Gaza.
I'm asking you about Islamic. I really want to get to the bottom of this question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Because you have groups besides Hamas holding hostages, what about getting them out? What is the prospect for that at this point?
Well, the idea behind this humanitarian pause was that Hamas controls Gaza and that Hamas said they needed time to find the other hostages, and all responsibility is on Hamas. So we say to Hamas, bring back our people. They should not be held in Gaza. It is against the laws of war. It is against all realms of humanity. Bring them back to Israel.
You have confidence it's within Hamas's ability then to get those hostages that it is not holding?
Absolutely. Hamas controls the Gaza Strip. Islamic Jihad, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, are like their little brother. I'll remind your viewers that 93% of Hamas's budget comes from Iran, 100% comes from Islamic Jihad. These people all perpetrated the October 7th massacre together, and it is on Hamas to return every one of those hostages to Israel.
Avi, thank you so much for being with us. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.